If you're thinking about joining and you're just not sure, I definitely think that you should realign yourself with your goals and what you really want, because you might be just one connection away from getting to what you want. My name is Adrian Salazar. I am born and raised in Texas, South Texas. I am an aspiring entrepreneur, a real estate investor primarily. But overall, I'm an entrepreneur, a global entrepreneur who creates spaces for people and provides value to investors through real estate investing. I've always been big on joining masterminds, being a part of networking communities. I feel like that's the reason why I am where I am with my business, is through the people that I know. And so, I had a vision of going global with my networking and my community. So, when I met Thomas, when I, saw this community, I was like, hey, this is exactly what I've been looking for, to build friends across the world. And so, coming into the community, I, see things differently from different people, right? Different people have different businesses that they're successful in. So I grab a little bit, we were talking about it earlier in the mastermind, grab a little bit from one person, grab a little from another, and then form your own way, right? And so I think that, I've grown as an entrepreneur and, my mindset by being involved in a community like this, where there's successful people, humble, young, motivated, and driven, people who run businesses all over the world, digitally, some just from home. So, I think that's super valuable, and for me to gain those insights, and also people are willing to help, right? I was just talking to some buddies right now, and he was like, hey man, I'll sit down with you, I'll review your plan. I think there's so much to offer here, and you just have to come in and experience it for yourself. There was a couple people I met today in the community that, one of them had an operation, a real estate investing operation of closing 50 deals a month. And so, when someone's closing 50 real estate deals a month, there's some back end stuff that goes along with that, and processes and systems, that I was very curious about, right? So, he shared with me what CRMs he was using, his drip campaigns, his workflows, and I really took a lot of insight from that. And then I met someone else who was very specific with artificial intelligence, and how that you can incorporate into building your own processes and systems without needing to, do a bunch of research, right? So using, there's people in the group who are specific towards different niches that you can gain to, implement in your own business. I went on a travel mastermind in Iceland where I met my good friend Celia, and then she introduced me to Bruno, and then Bruno reached out to me that I needed to meet Thomas. Reached out to him, we had an awesome conversation. I came to his first launch event here in Medellin. Super cool people. I love the ability to be able to express yourself and be able to be vulnerable with your challenges in business without people necessarily judging you. And, I think what I love as well is that there's so many people from different backgrounds that the solutions are within the group. You just have to, be vulnerable enough to express it and, raise your hand. And then later on, through breakout sessions, people will come up to you and be like, hey man, you know what? I think this might be able to help you. Or, hey, I might have a solution, or I might know a person who can help you, right? So I think, the ability to just, speak freely of your challenges in business, because we all go through challenges in business. There's no business that's perfect. We go up and down. And I think just surrounding yourself in a community where, people are experiencing the same thing, and being vulnerable about your challenges allows you to, reach out to people who can help you fix it. The person that should join this group is someone who is looking to scale their business, and someone who is excited about building a network of people that are constantly evolving in the business world, learning new things, also just getting out of their comfort zone. And I think people who just, want to grow personally. I think not only is it's about business, it's also about your personal development. And there's been great speakers, great people that are plugged into this community where it's not only about business, it's about mindset, it's about, your own way, how to deal with challenges, how to deal with obstacles, that can help you in your own business in the future. So I think anyone really just trying to scale their business, if you're thinking about joining and you're just not sure, I definitely think that you should realign yourself with your goals and what you really want, because you might be just one connection away from getting to what you want, or your business getting to the level that you desire it to be. One connection away. And I think, the curation of this community, the founder, Thomas, has interviewed people. He interviewed me. I'm sure he did that with everybody. And so he interviews these people to see what they want, and he gathers it all together and really, produces high level, events. So you don't want to miss out. It's the launch as well. So I'm sure prices are going to go up. I'm sure it's going to get more crowded. And you want to be, starting now, right? When it's fresh, and meet the cool people in the group. before it gets too big, you might be too late. So.